I've got a few more weeks of having the e-bike in my fleet because it is a demo from Niner that I'm going to return in a few weeks. So I'm trying to wrap up this project with a few final videos. And in this one, I want to address a few comments that have been made on some of the videos of the e-bike about running the e-bike in eco mode to get a workout. And I'm going to explain why I don't do that. So people have said that they do run the e-bike in a lighter setting like eco mode so that they can get a workout in. And in fact, one guy said that since he's been riding the e-bike, he's lost like 30 or 35 pounds, which is awesome. Now, obviously it wasn't the e-bike itself that made him lose the weight. It was getting out and getting active, and the e-bike gave him that motivation to get out there. So that is a great application for an e-bike. Maybe you've got people who really just need that little bit of pedal assist, that little bit of motivation to get out. They have fun. And what I really like about the e-bike is the versatility. You can run it in a lighter setting like eco mode to get a workout or do a really long ride, or you can run it in a higher setting like turbo to just go as fast as you can and really focus on the fun. Now, in terms of working out, I prefer riding my regular bike for a few reasons. If I'm going to push hard, I just have more fun on my analog bike. And locally, it's either the Niner RKT9 or the Transition Spur. And those bikes are just more agile. They're more flickable, more fun in the corners, coming out of a corner. And so if working out is the goal, I would just prefer to be on that bike. Now, don't get me wrong. The e-bike is actually really maneuverable in the corners for its weight. So 55 pounds, you would think it would be just a slug. It's really not, but I still prefer the analog bike. So locally, if I'm going to ride the e-bike, I'm going to put the thing on turbo or EMTB and go super fast and just pen it and just have a blast, not really focusing on workouts. And I use it a lot of times for those easier days, where maybe I would just go out and do a spin. I can go on the trails and go really fast and still have an easy day. Now, going to the mountains, it's kind of the same thing. When I go to the mountains, I go for two main reasons. Job one is to have fun on the downhills. Going downhill on a mountain bike is the funnest thing that I do on a bike. And so I prefer, again, my analog bike because on the downhills, it's just more fun. And the second reason I go to the mountains is to get some training in. So I live in a flatter terrain state. And so when I go to the mountains, I really enjoy the training aspect, the long climbs, pushing hard up a mountain. So again, that's why I would ride the analog bike. I can get the training going uphill, and coming downhill, I can be on a more agile, maneuverable bike. Now, where I use the e-bike in the mountains, and this is just me, now this speaks to the versatility of an e-bike, because this is how I would use the e-bike. I would use it on those days when downhilling is the focus. In other words, it becomes a shuttle for me. So I want to get up the hill as fast as I can so I can get in more downhill runs. Also, I use the e-bike in the mountains on those lighter days. Again, maybe I've been up there pushing hard for a few days and I want to just take an easier day. The e-bike is perfect for that because I can get up the mountain with very little effort compared to a regular bike and then still have fun on the downhills. I wanted to kind of speak to how I use the e-bike. Again, if working out is the priority of the ride, I would rather be on my regular bike, and that's why. Another reason is because since I cross-country race, I want to ride the cross-country bike fast so I can kind of get an idea of how that feels on the trail, just getting to know that bike at speed. But like I said, the beauty of e-bikes is they can be pretty flexible, especially if you only have one bike. So you may want to run the bike in eco mode to get in a workout on some days, and on other days you just want to go out and have fun and not put too much effort into it. How about you? If you have an e-bike, I'm curious to know the percentage of time that you run it in a light setting like eco mode and the percentage of time that you run it in the higher setting like EMTB or turbo like I do, just so you can focus on having fun. And by the way, let me just mention that another reason why I don't run it in eco mode a lot is because typically my rides are shorter. So I'm out for an hour or two locally, and then, up in the mountains, I may be out for a couple hours on the e-bike because I'm probably going to ride my analog bike later that day. So again, let me know the percentage of time that you use the e-bike in eco mode or tour mode. Any other questions or comments that you have, drop those below. Thanks for watching.